Alright, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. Let's get right into the story. Now, Kevin Hunter Jr. Kevin Hunter Jr. is none other than Wendy Williams' son that she had with Kevin Hunter. Y'all know how that relationship went, and we got some updates to that relationship, but right now, what we're going to talk about is Kevin Hunter Jr. Kevin Hunter Jr. has been accused for the longest of stealing from his mama. Yes, he's been accused of being this trust fund baby that gets all he wants because his mama got money like that. And in her times of need and desperation, Kevin Hunter Jr. has been stealing from his mama. He has been stealing from his mama. Now, you know, Kevin Hunter Jr. has tried to make it clear that this is a lie. So I wakes up this morning, I sees the news headline, and it says on MSN.com news that Kevin Hunter Jr. denies stealing $100,000 from his mama. This is how the story goes. Someone has been taking advantage of Wendy Williams, but according to her son, Kevin Hunter Jr., like Shaggy, it wasn't me. Yep, Kevin is saying it wasn't him. It's not me. Don't point no fingers at me. I'm a loyal son. I love my mama. I was not digging in her money or anything like that. If I took some money, it must have been to help her. Now let's explain. So the son of the former TV personality gave another interview to the Sun, the U.S. Sun, where he put to bed all accusations against him regarding this $100,000 that he had charged to his mama's American Express credit card. Damn, I wish my mama had a credit card that had that limit on it. You know, my mama probably had a credit card that had about $1,000 limit on it. We was struggling, folks. We didn't have all that. But $100,000, that credit card must have had like $1 million on it for him to put $100,000 on it, and nobody missed it until it's too late. But he's saying it's not him. Several news outlets previously reported that his mother's credit card was charged at the end of 2021 without her permission, leading to her Wells Fargo account being frozen in January of 2022 after shocking claims she was allegedly of unsound mind. The 22-year-old vehemently denies being the person for that, and he defends himself against all accusations that he stole from his mama, Wendy Williams. Y'all remember that whole stint that happened recently? They said Wendy her thyroids were acting up. She was drinking heavy again. She was probably even snorting lines of cocaine. All kinds of accusations were out there. And they said that Wendy was losing her mind. She was not in a right place. She was hallucinating, right? And therefore, she would not be able to manage her finances, which is millions and millions of dollars. So she could easily become the victim of somebody that is close to her that has access to things like her credit cards and her bank account, checking savings and all that. So they froze her account. And of course, a lot of us got on that and we said, hey man, my bank freezing my account and telling me I can't get my money and telling me that they're going to put somebody in charge of my money because I'm out of my mind until I can prove that I am back in my mind. I'll put that money in the bank. You better give me my damn money. But a lot of us don't have the kind of money that Wendy Williams has. And a lot of us didn't have the kind of health scare and situation that Wendy Williams went through. So our bank would probably not care about our little $1,300 in our savings and our little $125.47 in our checking account. Yeah. So Hunter Jr. revealed in an exclusive interview that he did charge the celebrity host's credit card, which is his mama's credit card. He said he did use the credit card. Don't get me wrong. I did use it, but it was only when it was necessary for her own personal expenses, such as her doctor's appointment and private planes to and from Florida and New York. Wasn't for myself, it was for her. I had to look for ways to transport her. Now, this is Wendy Williams you're talking about, right? So, Wendy going through her health scare and all that other stuff the other day, I couldn't see Wendy going commercial. I couldn't even see her flying first class because she would still be in the same plane as everybody else. Oh my God, Wendy Williams is up in the front of the plane. Wendy is not looking too good. Wendy look like she gonna die. All that other stuff, right? So, of course, private planes. He said I had to look for ways to transport her. If we had to get to an appointment up there in New York, he's all the way in Florida saying this, then we would have to book a private plane, he explained. Y'all know a private plane is expensive. One ride on a private plane is expensive. We wouldn't know because we don't fly private planes. Anyhow, if we had to make a certain appointment down here in Florida, then we would have to book it on the Amex. The Amex is rich people's way of saying American Express. Us broke people will follow later, right? All right. So he's saying that going back and forth between New York and Florida and booking these private planes and doctor's appointments and all that other stuff, it ran up the bill. It wasn't that he stole it, it ran up the bill. The college student claims that his use of Wendy's Amex card was first brought up as an issue in guardianship court after Wells Fargo petitioned for one takeover the media Mavern's affairs. This is your bank saying that they want to take over your financial affairs and put somebody else in charge. And they are pointing out that your son seems to be spending a whole lot of your money. And when you were sane or when you were healthy, we don't recall him ever spending this much of your money. Something is suspicious. We need to put a hold on this. That's what happened there. Now, in court, they brought up the American Express situation and they made this a much bigger issue, he said. When she was here, the American Express card was our only source of paying for things. So in other words, everything got put on that card. Hunter Jr. claimed that his mama, Wendy Williams, knew how much and how often her card was used. And what she would do was she would read her credit card statements at the end of the month, and I never took advantage of it, he said. The TV celebrity was in Florida from late 2021 to spring of 2022, where she was in her son's care. He insisted that Bernie Young, Williams' former manager, and Sabrina Morrissey, her former financial advisor for Wells Fargo, wanted her to return to New York for work as soon as possible, regardless of her health concerns. They just wanted her to get back to work, get back to New York. They knew that in having her here in Florida, they were losing a lot of their earnings, he said of the former manager and financial advisor. So, having her here in an environment where the number one priority isn't being at the Wendy Williams show or to be at a certain appointment or whatever, they were more annoyed by the fact that they didn't have that control that they have had over all those years. That is from his perspective. Something to think about. Now, because when Wendy is in New York, it's a lot easier to pull her around to certain places and have her isolated away from her family so that she doesn't have any other influences to make choices that are for her best health and not for their financial benefits, he continued. Hunter Jr. claims, don't stop there, as he went on to allege that he was also locked out of his school fund account, leaving him unable to pay for his education except for access to that same American Express card. Now, I did a story before about Hunter Jr. and I was saying, damn, after you reach a certain age, you got to go get a job and get a career going and something for yourself. Why is Wendy still taking care of her grown-ass son? But somebody said, listen, he's not that grown and he is still going to school. So his mama is going to support him until he is done with school. And I said, okay, I understand that. Because if I have millions, I would do the same thing. I'm not going to tell my child, oh, you're 18, ups, you're on your own, get out of here. If my child leaves high school at 18 and they decide to do 4 years of college, get a master's or bachelor's degree, 6 years of college, then I will most definitely support them through those years, right? Which will take them into being 22, 3, 4, 5, that type of age group, which is right where Hunter Jr. sits. So by all means, just let's clear that out the way. He's not mooching off his mama. He's here trying to make a life for himself, and she's supporting him through school, right? So he said that they had also locked me out of my school accounts. So anything that I would normally be able to pay for on my own through my school accounts, they had locked me out of it. So we had to use the American Express card to get through, he said. Growing up in a wealthy household, Hunter Jr., who the TV star shares with ex-husband Kevin Hunter Sr., also admitted that his spending using the American Express card was never brought into question until that guardianship hearing. I have always used the American Express card, he said. Before anything that happened, ever since I was young, starting in the 6th grade, she always allowed me to access that card, whether it was for an emergency or because I just wanted something. Hunter said that his mother wanted him to enjoy certain access to certain things as her son. His belief, as he told the Sun, was that her employees took issue with his involvement when he raised questions concerning his mama's health. But once I made that clear, that I was very serious when it became about certain evidence being brought against me and transactions were brought against me to make it seem like I was taking advantage of my mother's American Express account, all bets are off. Wendy's son further maintained that he didn't care about being flashy and that he was hurt by these accusations that he was taking advantage of his mother, and he claims that he contends is far from the truth. All the stuff you're hearing about me spending her money is far from the truth. They were like, look how much he uses his mom's Amex. And they were saying I was taking advantage of her and I was using it for my own intentions. And that was not the case. Instead, Hunter Jr. revealed that he is really sad to see what's happened to his mom. He said, ever since the court hearing ended, something just has to be brought to light about what's going on and how much people are taking in this situation, he added. In terms of who is there now, people have put other things in front of her actually healing and getting better. And unfortunately, unlike many other alcoholics, she is worth a lot more money. So basically he's saying they're more concerned about Wendy Williams as getting to the money and making money so they could make some more money instead of actually helping her with her alcoholism. I didn't know that Wendy is an alcoholic, but hey, I would be, I prefer to read it from an article than for me to assume it and then get sued. I'm out here slandering. So Williams is currently being managed by former jeweler Will Selby. Sabrina Morrissey is her appointed financial guardian, and Williams' publicist is Sean Zanotti. Hunter Jr. has previously slammed these employees of taking advantage of his mom. However, he reveals in the article that he is holding on to hope that she will get better, and he is holding on to hope for her well-being. I'm praying that whoever is in control now doesn't ruin whatever hope there is for her to get back up again. Damn it, man. It's sad. Closing this video, I'll say this, man. Life is short, right? And you don't even know what's around the corner waiting for you. We looked at Wendy Williams the other day. She was on top of the world, Hello, how y'all doing? You know how she say on her show, and then she go off into the gossip stories and whatnot. And Wendy Williams, the powerhouse, Wendy Williams, super gossiper Wendy Williams, making headlines, getting paid money, a lot of money. Wendy Williams, rubbing elbows with the who's of who's and what's nots and the stars of stars. And then in a blink of an eye, here she is in a situation where it doesn't even seem like she can take care of herself. You know, it's just, I don't know. But like Hunter Jr. said, we're hoping for the best for Wendy too, man. I just want to see her get back in the saddle, doing what she does best, and winning again. As far as her son stealing from her and all that, I don't know. Rich people like to have their children enjoy rich life. There's no sense in you having millions of dollars and your son wake up every day feeling like he come from the projects and he lives in the projects, because there's just no kind of, he is not benefiting from your millions at all. Matter of fact, that's why we get to the money, so our children can enjoy some type of privileged life. But if you're stealing or taking more than you're allowed to, which is stealing, then we got a problem with that. I don't know. Y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. I'm out. Peace.